WRBU, that's cable FM 90.3 and all that crap. You all know what it means anyway. That was The Last Rockers by Vice Squad. Is that right?
Becky Bondage.
Cool. And with us this evening, as promised, we have local Peoria scene, if you will. This is Bloody Mess and the Scabs joining us this evening, and we have Bloody, of course, vocals.
Right.
And Chris, bass. Okay, on bass, right? And then Jim on guitar.
That's nervous Jim Jackson. He's a schizophrenic of the band.
Jim Jackson.
He needs a shot once a month for his schizophrenia. Right?
Oh, really?
Liar.
And on drums we've got Keith. Is that right?
No, you've got Gabby Scab.
Keith
on
Partridge.
skins and dildos.
Dildo drummer. He's a dildo drummer.
No relation to Danny Partridge, of course, who got busted for crack. Isn't that right?
Well, he was an ex-lover of mine.
The only thing that we have to do with Danny Bonaducci, or whatever his name is that he picks up transvestites a lot. So he's busted, though, we don't. Well, we do love Reuben Kincaid a hell of a lot. The Reuben Kincaid sandwiches.
Reuben's quite a fellow. Anyway, as long as, you know, we've got you here and everything, notice that there's been kind of a lineup change over a while.
Past 3 years.
Yeah. What's the change been kind of?
Due to?
Yeah. Well, no, not due to. I don't want to. You know, you don't want to get into that. But the change of the people, you know, kind of leads to a change in sound too. How's the sound changed?
We think the sound is better now. 100% more. Kick you in the fucking balls. Really intense, under pressure tension music, you know. Not to discredit the past members of the band. All of our lineups have been really good, and the only reason we've had any changes in the band is for personal differences, basically. You know, it's like being in a band is like having 4 or 5 girlfriends at one time. You got to balance that relationship, and sometimes the yin and the yang just kind of goes wang wang. And but yeah, we're rocking now. It's cool. We're sounding fucking all right.
What kind of?
It's not a way of making a job or money. We don't care if we get paid for a show. We could care less about that, or the status quo. Basically, we do this because we have a good time. We do this for ourselves. Probably 99% of the show and the records we put out are for ourselves. The other 1% is for the other weirdos that like to, you know, listen to our stuff. And we figure if anybody likes to listen to our stuff, they must be fucked in the head. Which is cool, so that's cool. So we keep doing it. You know, we have fun doing it, and at least somebody listens to it.
What do you guys think about the aspect?
Played a Halloween show in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and we did 8 songs. The cops showed up. We got thrown out, which we felt like we won a Grammy Award for that one. Well, basically, the Peoria audiences are very lame and conservative anyway. They're all punk rock until they get out of college, and then they're behind the desk. It's funny.
Any shows coming up soon?
We're playing with ourselves tonight. No, we have no shows booked at all. We're too busy doing drugs, heroin, acid, and marijuana, and smoking drugs and liquor.
And drinking Budweiser.
Yeah, we have a guest in the audience this evening in the studio here, Kevin Hine, Mr. Kevin Hine, bass player.
Hello.
Yeah, he's a good friend of.
We're going to come back with more questions later, but...
Now we're going to hear a new song off the new record that's called Empty, and I hope you all throw up on your little Debbie snack cakes while you're watching Johnny Carson. Go to bed, you losers. By the way, did you catch our show at the Club Peoria the other night?
No.
Well, you lost out. We got thrown out of the bar for vomiting on stage, and we
thought from the club.
It's pretty bad to get, if you can get banned from the gay bars, Jesus Christ, that says something, right? By the way, why can't Jesus eat M&Ms? Because he has holes in his hands. Okay, we return you now to our regular sponsor DJ, who's laughing and on marijuana. We smoke some good skunk bud here in the studio, so all you brotherly cops can suck our vaginas, you pigs.
WRBU talking with a very boisterous Bloody Mess and the Scabs. You were the Holiday in Cambodia.
Holiday in Cambodia for all you little
very rare
yuppie cocksuckers. And we're going to play that along with some Sex Pistols because all you have gotten so mellowed out that you're so into Guns N' Roses, you can't listen to any real rock and roll anymore. You're so subdued and laid back and bought off by the corporations like a bunch of fat cigar-smoking, cock-sucking, tie-wearing bastards. So why don't you listen to some rock and roll and open up your mind for a change, okay?
Coming up next, we got GBH, Necrophilia.
Hi there, boys and girls. This is Jello Biafra, and you're listening to WRBU 90.3 Cable FM for Bradley and selected parts of scenic Peoria. Why?
We need leather and chains. We need to be in the streets and the concrete and the clubs and the smoky atmosphere of downtown anywhere and have a good time. And there's no separation between the audience and the crowd and the band. It's all one big party. Anybody can be a star. There is no stars. We're all stars. That's it. So screw all you rock star attitudes.
Coming up next, though, we'll have a cover by Agent Orange of a Jello Biafra song.
Anyway, we're going to let you go because the dude's like saying he wants to get the hell out of here. The station manager's a cock. And he don't like punk rock, and he's such a Bradley jock. It makes me want to smell my dirty sock. The poems are ending here. There is no more beer. We're going to go down to the bar now and get thrown out and go to jail. Punk rock, we've been here for 3 years.
And from the pub.
We're banned everywhere. We're not going away, baby. We're coming in at you from FM 90.3.
WRBU has reached the end of its broadcast day. WRBU broadcasts at 92.1 megahertz FM cable and Channel 5 on.
It's 27 minutes after 2 o'clock, 1440 AM, WROK with Raleigh James and Bloody Mess and Gabby Scabs. Here, Bloody Mess and the Scabs. Are you the only Scabs, Gabby?
Well, I'm the original Scab.
Okay, so
There's others.
There are others now.
Yes.
All right, so I was wondering. We, sure enough, challenged everybody, and they've called. So, Danny, welcome to WROK.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine. I was just wondering, I've never heard of you guys until today, and, have you guys ever been to Rockford and, played anywhere?
We had a gig set up here about 2 years ago with some guy that sets up hall shows for underground bands, but it fell through, so we're trying to get gigs here now. If anybody can help us out, we'll play for real cheap.
Oh, good. Do you guys plan on, making videos or anything?
We have lots of videos. If you want a free record, we'll give you one. It's got our address. You can write us, and we can send you videos real cheap.
Oh, yeah, cool.
All right, well, hold on. I'll have Rebecca get your name, and we'll leave it at the front desk for you.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, Danny.
Bye.
See ya.
Ron, how you doing?
Yeah, I thought that record was pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
And, I was wondering, you guys got it out in CD, too, or no?
It's going to come out on the CD format sometime in late 93 or early 94, along with 15 brand new tracks.
I DJ at this bar, and I'll probably use it down there.
You can get the record through Performance Records, through Kaleidoscope. You can get it, through most record stores, and they can order it from their books. So look for it.
Okay.
All right. Now, do you want a record?
Sure.
All right. Now, you also had a comment. Should you have any questions for Bloody Mess and Gabby Scab here, 398-9765, anything you'd like to know. I'm amazed, frankly, that so many young people are out there listening right now. So what went right?
We're just attracting them like psychic vampires.
It must be. It must be. They drove around town with a sign. It's a little after 2:30 on 1440 AM WROK, and we'll take a news headline.
Here's Raleigh James.
Indeed, it is La La time. That's the Salty Peppers and their rendition of La La time. We have Bloody Mess and the Scabs in with us. We have Bloody Mess and Gabby Scab here.
Punk rock.
That's right, at 1440 AM WROK. We will be hearing a couple more selections from the current EP. We've given all the records away we're going to give. We do have some magazines, if you'd like, however. Now, calling us is Steve from Rockford. Hello, Steve.
How you doing, Raleigh?
All right, where are you driving?
Oh, we're going on to DeKalb now.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I just want to say, I'm not being rude or anything, but this is not you, Raleigh.
Oh, sure it is. She's sitting right here in front of us.
Conversation today is, I'm used to the, something that's worth talking about. I have nothing against punk rock. I'm young myself.
Well, there's variety is the spice of life,
Yeah, so is dogs and cats and, all the other good stuff.
Yeah,
Animal hater.
Right. No, I'll tell you what. What impressed me about the band is not their music one way or another, because I hadn't heard it at the time. I think anybody who is a young entrepreneur and willing to say, hey, I believe in this and I'm going to find a way to merchandise it without bastardizing it, why not talk to them? And we mentioned it on the air, and we had a guy, Norman, who's a big listener, who says, Raleigh, I have a favor. I want to hear these guys on the air. So we did it.
Okay, well, that's fine.
All right.
All righty.
Appreciate the call. Enjoy DeKalb.
I will.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right. Get some of those ribs at Tom and Jerry's. Yeah, I'll be thinking about you while you're munching down on it. Yeah, that's interesting. People's preconceived notions about what you are, what you do, and I'm sure you fight that every day simply because you are dressed and appear out of the norm. So people take one look at you and decide.
What? We're just out of the norm?
Yes. Well, you're absolutely right. Who's Norm?
We kind of look like Reuben Kincaid on bad acid.
That's wonderful. But I'm sure you deal with that daily.
Oh, yeah, of course. Certainly.
Do you use it to your advantage?
It depends.
I love being the center of attention, and I generally am.
Now we should mention that Gabby is wearing a lovely medium blue hairdo here, full length, curly, kind of Chelsea Clinton variety actually, and I assume that is your daily attire.
Definitely.
Do you change colors, or you just stick with this medium blue?
Well, I love this color. It changes depending on my mood. It's like mood hair.
Mood hair.
You've heard of mood rings.
Right, mood hair. I like it.
Yeah.
It'll
be one of our new products. It'll be eventually I'll shave my head and become a skinhead, and it will be left in the Scabsonian institution.
That's wonderful. The Scabsonian, perfectly.
Oh yes.
Well, of course, when you shave your head, will you do it on the air? I mean, on stage?
I doubt if I'll do it on stage. It'll definitely be live and probably on a television channel at the time.
Now, your folks, when you go home for the family reunions and all, you think they'd prefer that you shaved your head, or are they used to medium blue?
Well, actually, my dad got killed in a hunting accident out in New Mexico, and my mom got killed in a car accident, so... basically been on my own since I was 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Brothers and sisters?
No.
So you've pretty much raised yourself.
Yeah.
Well, now that's an amazing story right there.
Like Lou Can.
Yeah, and that's got its advantages and disadvantages when you look back on it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
made me more independent.
Self-made man.
Yes, definitely.
Self-made scab.
Yeah. So how Peoria? Why Peoria?
It's just where I grew up, and the beer's cheap, the living's cheap. It's just a pretty good place to be.
All right. Well, cheap beer, cheap living. So, yeah, right.
Yeah.
As Dolly Parton says, it's expensive to look this cheap. All right. Russ from Rockford.
Yeah, I have a question for the band. I kind of like punk music, Dead Kennedys, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, Jello Biafra is a good friend of ours.
But as far as having Gacy do the artwork for your album cover, that kind of presents the argument, doesn't that sort of glorify or legitimize the act of mass murder in a sort of roundabout way? I mean, this man shouldn't even be allowed to do these sort of things, because those are the fruits of producing and giving to a society. To be able to do this artwork is to be a productive member of society. Yes, then you can do the sort of things that benefit from the society, but if you sort of take away from society like he did, I can't see glorifying the man.
It seems like it's quite blasphemous and sinful, and it shouldn't be allowed, but it is, and we're just weirdos, period. We're good people, but we're just totally obsessed by weirdness to the point to where we don't even know what normal is. So some people are offended, but we collect it. We think it's cool. Just like the mass murder trading cards that are out now, that are the big rave of the talk world now.
It surpasses weirdness right into
blasphemy,
disgust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's just a question I have. I mean, I can't see allowing this man to do anything.
Yeah.
Well, Uncle John...
To contribute to your album in any way, I mean, that sort of glorifies the act and kind of gives him 15 minutes.
We're not glorifying Uncle John at all. We're not saying anything about his crime.
John.
We're just talking about his artwork, the man's artwork, and Andy Warhol was right.
Would you have him do your cover if he hadn't killed 33 people?
No.
Oh, hell no.
Well, then that's basically the argument here.
But
he killed people, and now he's going to do your artwork.
But I'd have John Boy Walton do an album cover for me. It doesn't matter. It's the notoriety, not just the murder notoriety. It's the notoriety, just the weirdness, the celebrity, the weird mystery.
Merchandising with a capital M. Thanks for calling, Russ.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think John Boy Walton meets John Gacy. The Battle of the Johns might be something you might want to consider.
Yeah, really.
So I can see those two together. Now we have a couple other selections to air here.
I think this is called Gay Party Favorite.
Oh, good. All right. So a little of Gay Party Favorite. And you see, Norman, you haven't called yet. I hope you're home enjoying this, Norman. Here is Bloody Mess and the Scabs and Gay Party Favorite.
We need gigs.
All right, yeah. As I was saying to the guys, best use of power tools in a song, "Bloody Mess and the Scabs."
Yeah.
And that's on the new EP, which we've just given away several copies of, in addition to. Well, that's great. I want to thank you both for stopping down. This has been wonderful. It's been an education, I think, for a lot of people, including myself. You want gigs in town, so
certainly.
So consequently, what is the phone number?
If you want to reach Bloody Mess and the Scabs to book us or for interviews or videos, anything, you can call area code 309-681-8852. That's 309-681-8852 in Peoria, and ask for Bloody.
All right. Now, we wish you both the best of luck.
And no prank phone calls.
No prank. Right. Well, if there are, they're going to have to pay for it. So they're serious pranks.
95 cents a minute, by the way.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Just kidding.
No, it's whatever it is to Peoria, but you'd have to pay for it either way. So consequently, no sense spending your money with prank phone calls
That's
to Bloody
right.
Mess. And we have Gabby Scab, who's been with us, too. And I want to thank you both for coming by.
Hey, we thank you for your time.
Thanks a lot,
All
Riley.
right.
And
All right.
good luck.
Yeah, you too. All right, we'll return the program to normalcy, whatever that means. I have nothing to talk about, so it's your turn. 398-9765, 398-WROK.
Punk rock.
Your producer was kind of out of line.
What did the producer say?
Your producer just told him we don't do that kind of thing. He said John doesn't have time to talk to him, and we kind of felt that John should have had time to talk to him since we have carried advertising.
I know,
time
but listen, John was in a meeting.
Oh, he didn't
even know about the phone call. All he said was, "I'm in a meeting. Have someone else take the phone call. Get back to him."
No, he didn't.
And then,
No, he didn't.
You're right, Gabby. We said, wait a minute. It's the Scabs. Oh, hey, don't talk to them. Listen. So the guy picks the phone, and then before he even got a chance to take the number, Bloody Mess slams down the phone on him.
Yeah, well, that's the things that stars are made of.
Wait, listen to this. Hold on. They're saying, what, you had an album cover. Who did your album cover art?
Oh, well, a couple buddies of ours. Our first record cover was done by Uncle John.
Who's
John Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, he did our first record cover for us for free, just as a favor.
Okay. How do you know John Wayne Gacy?
Oh, he's a personal friend of the band. I met him when I was working at Menard Correctional Center, and he was a really good guy.
Well,
and Bloody.
What were you doing there, Gabby Scab, at the Correctional Center?
Oh, I worked there.
Okay.
Yeah,
and Bloody what?
Bloody, he's pen pal with him. He's really good friends with him, and they trade porno mags and things.
Bloody trades porno mags with John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, John's got like the best collection you ever seen.
All right. Who did the second album cover?
Well, the second album cover wasn't done by a serial killer. Our third album cover was.
Oh, well, who did the third album cover?
It was done by Kenneth Bianchi, the Hillside Strangler.
Uh-huh. And you call him and say, can you do an album cover for us?
No, like I said, he contacted us. He's a big fan of the band. He has been for years. And he said they used to play our first record all the time when him and his brother used to cruise the hillsides. They said it's their favorite record.
And this is something you think that will make the people buy the album, with knowing things like that?
Oh, not really. You know, I don't expect to sell any of them, but, you know, it's just personal gratification.
Do you want to sell the albums?
Oh, no, it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter. You just make them to make them.
That's right. I just make them so I can listen to them.
Spread your message.
Yeah, spread the message of filth. You know, anybody else that's into high weirdness, you know, they're get them. They get the message.
Well, hey, tell Bloody, we're sorry we couldn't have him on, but Gabby, you were more. Actually more than enough from the Scabs. Hey, good on interview. Thanks, Gabby.
Okay, you guys take it easy.
Take care. Bye. Gabby Scab, everyone. Drummer for the Scabs.
No, Bloody Mess and the Scabs.
Oh, yeah. Bloody Mess and the Scabs.
Trades.
I'll tell you what.
Penthouse with John Wayne Gacy trades porno mags. with
John,
him.
you got a guy that trades porno mags with John Wayne Gacy as your enemy.
I'm going to just beat the...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is they said it would never be done. They said it would never be done.
You know that guy, he ought to have a housewarming party for his new, all the stuff he's got?
Yeah.
He needs a band.
We should have Bloody Mess and the Scabs come play at that guy's home improvement party.
We'll do it.
And ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the man, the myth, this man, practically a legend, Bloody Mess. Hey! All right, Bloody, let me just say, people said this would never, ever happen.
All I can say is, ha-ha, Bob.
But you are here, man. You guys are here.
That's
You're
right.
on the air and everything.
We're like a thorn. We won't go away.
Bloody, let me ask you something. I understand you guys, what's the last show you guys did?
The last show we did was probably in East Peoria a couple weeks ago.
And how long did it last?
Our actual set lasted about 5 minutes, and when the cops came, Gabby threw his entire drum set at him.
All right, let's go to the show before that one. That would have been where?
Probably the Sandburr Lounge on Farmington Road.
All right, how long did that one last?
That one lasted about 30 minutes.
And then what happened?
We rubbed taco dip in some kid's face in the audience, and it was over.
No, let's go to the show before that one.
That show was probably in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Uh-huh. How long did it last?
20 minutes before I passed out on the stage.
The show before that was before that one, Bloody.
St. Louis, Missouri at the Other World.
How did it go?
That was actually a pretty cool show. It went on 45 minutes. It took me about 10 minutes to pass out that one. And then I woke up with no clothes on.
And now and then there was the Davenport show before that? When was the Davenport show?
Davenport, we got arrested for burning the American flag on stage.
And this would have been how long into the show?
We burned the flags the very first song.
Oh my God.
And we got in trouble.
Have you guys ever completed an entire show?
Yeah,
really?
sure.
You have done it?
Yeah, we played out in New York City. We did a really good show out there in Staten Island.
Now, who's cool? Because for people, let's explain. For people that don't know about Bloody Mess and the Scabs, some people, what is this? I'm trying to think of how some people describe it. Some people call it a whole subculture.
Yeah, it's punk rock for weirdos.
And it's really a bizarre, in some people's eyes, a bizarre form of entertainment.
It's very bizarre. It's adult entertainment for kids.
And you guys are very expressive. These are very expressive young men, John.
Yes.
You guys go on stage and you let it all hang out.
Sometimes.
And you just go nuts.
Just depends.
Yeah. And Gabby, I wish I could describe what Gabby has.
Why don't you?
I don't know if I can say that. John, I don't think we can say that word, can we?
You can use the term sexual AIDS.
All right, yeah, he's got sexual AIDS that he goes on stage of the rubber kind that are shaped like body parts.
And they're real big.
And they're really big. And that's what Gabby goes on stage. Plus, he's got blood that is dripping from his neck and down his chest. And the wig. Gabby, you know we love you.
Love you too, Ray.
Now, Gabby, what is your beef? I know you like me because you always send us literature, but you don't like John.
No, in fact, I remember the article he sent with his picture, the big article about him. He said, Ray, this is for you because, I'm not cool enough?
Because John isn't cool. Do you still hate John?
Well, John's all right, but see, John's kind of on the smaller side. It's like, I kind of identify with you because you're more up around my size range, Kind of like how elephants in a herd kind of hang together,
Us fat guys, we got to kind of stick together. All right, me and Gabby, fat guys unite. Woo!
So it's not I'm cool enough, I'm just not girth
You're
enough.
just not fat enough.
Let's see.
That's right. I was wanting to get a wrestling match going with Ray out on the front lawn after the interview. See if I could get him out there. I'd been hearing he's been talking. He was a big wrestler in high school. You know, just take it out there.
Me and Gabby wrestling in the front yard. I don't know. We could have Gabby wrestle. I don't know if it's gonna be me. We could have Gabby wrestle women one day.
It'd be a great promotional item.
I think it would be. Yeah. All right, now, Bloody, you guys are actually gonna do some performance. Let me ask you this, without breaking, without saying anything too bad. What is the worst thing you guys feel you've ever done? Well, no, because I guess you feel you've never done anything bad. What is the worst thing that people have said you have done on stage?
The judicial system.
Well,
yeah.
We've been arrested. We've been banned from all kinds of clubs across the United States for various bad boy things. You know, the imagination can get some pretty wild visions when you think about it. I'd say the worst thing would probably be nudity, urination on stage, flag burning, setting our hair on fire, trashing clubs.
You've been arrested for setting your own hair on fire.
No, not arrested.
Oh. The cops didn't care that.
No, they stood away until it was done burning.
But the people thought that was pretty bizarre.
Yeah, they like it.
Bloody, what happens when people go to a show not knowing what to expect, and they're there, and all of a sudden people start urinating on stage?
Well, they don't. It's not something that we do all the time. It's the Rolling Stones did that. Ozzy Osbourne did that. Jim Morrison did that. It's nothing like we plan that we do all the time. It's happened periodically, and it's gotten blown out of proportion, like it's something we do all the time, which we don't.
And it just when the mood strikes, it's something that has happened in the past.
Hey, you know, guys are known to go take a leak outside of that side of the house or something at a party. Why not do it on stage? Plus,
when you gotta go, you gotta
art.
go.
You know, it's performance
well,
art.
Sure, yeah. But you feel now? Do you feel you're censored when they shut you down for doing these things?
Oh, we're censored all the time. You guys are the only ones that put us on the radio in Peoria, and that's cool. Basically, when someone comes to our show, they leave there feeling like they just want to go to bed because they've had all their worst nightmares already acted out for them. I mean, why go out and get in trouble or do drugs, kids, when you can just go see us play and do it for you?
Now, are you guys going to do some music? Bloody Mess and the Scabs acoustic in a couple. Listen, I want to thank Bloody and the guys for coming down. Let's give them a hand.
Punk rock.
And all you people out there who said we were crazy for doing this.
You're right.
Let me give a big screw you to you guys, because this has been fine. And these guys, we've always, for some reason, I don't understand why, but for some reason we have always gotten along with these guys. I mean, I admit I don't listen to my Bloody Mess CD at home at night when I'm trying to go to sleep. But, you know, we for some reason, though, there's always been a getting along with these guys. And I don't see why people get freaked out at what you do. Yes, Bloody, I will say it's very weird.
Well, the same people that get freaked out by it sure turn on their TV sets in the morning to watch Geraldo.
And you know what? And you know what? The same people that get freaked out by you guys get freaked out when John and I are on the air, when we talk about the Bud girls wearing underwear.
Yeah, and I understand the guy who does your album covers maybe, you know, sentenced to death, so.
Yeah. What are you going to do when Gacy, looks like they're going to, looks like he's going to be not around much longer?
John Wayne Gacy did the cover for our first record, which was released in March of '89, and he's going to, I just got a letter from him yesterday. He's supposed to be executed in the middle of January, I believe, so I just did an interview for him for my little magazine that I publish, which will be out in December.
I'll tell you, it's so bizarre. The Bloody Mess, you have a movie about this guy's life.
Yeah, well, we got our new record that's out now called Empty. It's got a free poster inside that was drawn by Kenneth Bianchi, the Hillside Strangler from California.
Oh, my God.
And
and people that are just tuning in now are going, what the hell's he talking about?
Wake up, America.
All right, the song is called Hungover and Stoned. It is a Bloody Mess. And let's thank these guys for coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Their average show is, give me an average of the show. How long does it last for you? Usually gets shut down, Bloody.
Generally, if we don't get shut down, it's about 45 minutes to an hour.
If you do get shut down?
15 minutes.
15. Their shows usually last about 15 minutes before they get shut down.
But we still get paid.
But they still get paid. Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
What a gig.
Bloody Mess and the Scabs. Let me do these. We're going to come right back. John, I wanted to hear some of that Michael. Now, ladies and gentlemen, making their way towards the stage. You might have heard of them.
Gabby, by the way, looking in rare form
Yes.
tonight. Gabby,
Gabby, you're looking very Gabby-ish, I must say.
Thank you, Bloody.
Look at this. Bloody brought us a happy 3rd anniversary Lyle and Lamb calendar. This is great. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Look at that. And they also brought us
My Little Pony.
My Little Pony horns to play along with their song.
Where's this been, Gabby?
A big hand, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest, Bloody Mess and the Scabs. As the guys set up, let's let Bloody come out of here. Come on over, Bloody. We're going to have a seat. Grab the old mic.
Grab the mic
seat.
down.
How are you?
Pretty good. How's it going?
You know, Bloody, one of the things that everybody remembers your first appearance on our show was when you were telling people what happened to get you kicked out of other shows that you've been on.
Yeah, it's kind of infamous now, huh?
All right. I was wondering if you could maybe tell some of those stories again for us really quick. For example, you played a show in the Quad Cities. Now, how long?
Davenport, Iowa.
Right. How long did that show last in the Quad Cities?
Probably 15, 20 minutes.
And why did it have to end so early?
Because we torched 5 American flags on stage and got guns pulled in our faces, and our guitar player Ty fell off the stage drunk, and we like kind of humped each other for a while. It was
and
fun.
Then you guys, and it was over.
Did you still get paid? No, we didn't get paid. We ran out of town.
Bloody, do you ever like make it through a show to actually get paid?
We're not getting paid tonight.
All right, there you go. Hey, they're our favorite kind. Now, everybody always talks to you. What you're going to do Hungover and Stone tonight?
Yeah, we're going to do Hungover and Stone, which will be on our new CD, which will be available in the spring.
All right. They did this song on our show, and you know what? I think everybody was freaked out because those who don't know Bloody Mess and the Scabs assume that the music that they play is so out there you wouldn't want to listen to it. But Hungover and Stone, a prime example of a very listenable song by Bloody Mess and the Scabs.
Thank you, Ray.
And they're going to play that for us tonight. And I got to tell you, Gabby is looking exceptionally lovely tonight.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah, that's a fabulous look he has going.
What color would that wig be, Gabby? That's his Gabby Blue shade of Gabby Blue.
Yes.
Gabby Blue.
The Gabby Blue. Are we ready over there to bring him over? Let's... Hold on, let me take these. Good morning.
Hey, Ray, it's Bloody.
I was just talking about you. All right.
Speak of the devil.
Bloody, what is going on? Listen, this is how we'll end the show today. I want you to tell John, have you heard this? Listen to this news. Go ahead, Bloody.
Well, we got a phone call, 2 phone calls yesterday while we were out of town, and I called them back when we got in, and I guess in 2 weeks, Bloody Mess and the Scabs will be appearing on not only the Phil Donahue show in New York City, but the Rolanda show as well.
Why are you going to be on the show?
Wow.
They are doing shows on, one of them will be on convicts and murderers who have benefited from their crimes, and the other one will be people that correspond with serial killers. Is that a trip or what?
Well, you know, that's something you want your friends to see.
Oh, yeah, so we're going to be on there in a couple weeks, and it's definitely going to be a good time.
Hey, when is your buddy getting electrocuted anyway?
John Wayne Gacy is scheduled to be executed by lethal injection on May 11th.
Lethal injection. Wow.
May 11th. Yeah, and I'll be there, too, by the way.
How are you going to be there?
I'm going to go outside the gates. I'm going to go outside and try to get on CNN.
Bloody, look at Bloody. Bloody, everyone, Bloody's like, he writes to John Wayne Gacy. You guys want to know why Bloody went to John Wayne Gacy? Bloody doesn't have this fascination with the serial killers. No, he wanted to sell albums. And now, look at it. You used, well, you know, good for you. Good for you, buddy.
You know, we thought
somebody
we were
should use him. Yeah.
You know what's funny is
you know what? We're publicity hounds too, but we never used a serial killer to get it.
You're just more into cereal.
Well, you're right. Unbelievable. You know what? Because I don't know if it's actually using. Because how do you use someone? Well, I don't feel sorry for Gacy.
No, I don't either. You know.
But I mean, don't you feel the least bit? Because what's your pretense? What are you telling the people at Donahue?
Well, they want to know about my associations with Manson and John Hinckley and Gacy and all these other people that I write to.
But what are you going to tell them? That you did it so you can sell albums?
Pretty much. I'm going to tell them that I did it to sell albums and hang up. And I'm very interested in the criminal mind, I guess you'd say.
Right.
You know, you should talk to your friend Mike. Hey, you know, we are Central Illinois' only real rock and roll band. So
I know, boy.
The only band.
I know, Bloody.
Long live the Madison Theater.
The band.
All right, Bloody. Hey, good luck. Let us know. Call us from New York when you get out there.
I will.
All right, dude.
Punk rock.
Take care.
See ya.
See you, Bloody.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man.
You know what? They say good things happen to good people. How the hell does Bloody get on Donahue? I don't get it.
You know, he's going to be on that Rolanda show. I never watch it.
I've never seen Rolanda.
I don't care about Rolanda.
Well, I can hardly
Donahue.
wait for that. 10 o'clock, WWCT, Peoria, Bloomington, Lytle and Lamb. We're almost out of here. Also, New York, is it the Drake?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Bloody Mess, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hello, Bloody.
Hey, how's it going?
Now you are ready to film the Donahue show today?
Yeah, I'm going to film the Donahue show at 4 o'clock.
All right. And the subject today?
Serial killers, and they're trying to pass the new Son of Sam bill in North Carolina, which basically says that a prisoner can't make any profit off of his crime.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be on there representing the bad guys.
And you're going to... Wait a minute. Now, I really want to know... I want to know what stance you're going to take on the show.
I'm the guy that buys and collects and corresponds with all the killers, like 8 of them, that are all very famous, and they think it's fucked. They think it's bad.
All right. So you've got the people like you. How many other people like you will be there?
I don't think there will be anybody else like me.
You're the only one representing a person that talks to the serial killers?
As far as I know.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and then Friday, me and Gabby Scabbard flying back out here to New York, and we're going to be going on the Rolanda show.
So you're going to do the Rolanda show, too?
And then, next week, we're flying to Chicago to do Jerry Springer.
Now, how did you get all these... How did you get... Bloody, how did you get the connection?
Basically, I just got a hold of all the networks and said I want to...
So you actually called and said, I want to be on your shows.
Well, I sent them all a promo kit, which I sent you guys one too, but no one ever got it to you for some reason.
Right, okay. Just want to see how he's going to fit it in.
I really don't know, but I won't say anything negative because I know it's going to go out to millions of people.
You're a good man, Bloody.
Hey, I got an idea.
You got Donahue today, Rolanda end of the week, and then Jerry Springer next week. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's call Gabby and wake him up on the air.
No, Gabby's already called. He's awake.
Oh, he did?
Gabby called to remind us to make sure we call you.
Well, that...
You know, now, how come Gabby isn't on Donahue?
Because he had a severe swelling in his anal area.
Oh, really? But...
Ow. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Well, I've heard of it. And then you guys will both be on... Oh, geez. Is Gabby going to do his little dress-up on Rolanda?
Yeah, we're going to both be on there, and he's going to have his blue hair. He's sporting his big blue hair.
Is he going to have his drumsticks with him?
It's going to be great.
His drumsticks that look like penises?
Yeah, they look like... John Goodman's toothpicks.
All right, there you go.
So how's the weather in Peoria?
The weather in Peoria is beautiful. How is it in New York?
Actually, I don't know. I just woke up. We were in Times Square until like 3 in the morning.
Bloody, good luck today.
Hey, Marty Wambacher, stop.
Good luck filming the Donahue show.
Thanks a lot, Ray.
Bloody Mess, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
Thanks, Bloody. Bye.
Okay, see ya.
You know.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Bloody recording Donahue today. We will talk to him tomorrow to find out if, in fact, he does say Rock 106 or Lytle and Lamb on the Donahue show.
Oh, that'll be great.
Anyway, we'll be right back. It's 8:23.
It's time for the Twin Cities on...
Because he knew better. What he was an abuser of power. He was no patriot. No man who would shred the Constitution can be called a patriot.
Right.
No man who would abuse the power of his office can be called a patriot. No man who would commit the felony crime of obstruction of justice can be called a patriot in life or death.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gene. I'm from Peoria, Illinois, the middle of the Midwest here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a punk rock band here in Peoria.
Mm-hmm.
They have released a record since Richard Nixon's death. There's this record that's on the market here that's got him on the cover.
Really?
Well, yeah, on the cover of the record, and it says 666, Bloody Mess and the Scabs.
Really?
Okay, these guys have a song called Richard Nixon, and I'd like to get a copy out to you.
Please send me a copy. I'd be happy to hear it. I appreciate your call. 1-800-321-8828, the telephone number. We invite you to join us. You know you're in bad shape when you lose Peoria. What is this? What is it? Will it play in Peoria is the great phrase. And not in that Peorian's mind. Richard Nixon is not playing in Peoria today. Hugh, you're on the Gene Burns program.
Hi, Gene.
Hi.
Looking for a high of 75 today, sunshining all afternoon.
All right, the contest is, who is the most famous person that you know who could call us and go on the air with us so far?
Let's go to the phones now. Hello.
Hello.
And hi, who is this?
This is Brandon Cruz.
Hello, Brandon Cruz.
How you doing?
Brandon Cruz of Courtship of Eddie's Father?
That's right.
The Bad News Bears?
That too.
Wow, look at that. And how did you find out about this?
My good friend Bloody Mess.
Oh, geez. No. Oh, no.
Yep.
So you're calling from where?
I'm calling from California. I'm in Hollywood.
And he called you now you were in a band?
Yeah.
And the name of the band?
Harmful If Swallowed.
Well, I guess, so we should ask another question to prove it's him. Who was the maid on Courtship of Eddie's Father?
Miyoshi Umeki played Mrs. Livingston.
Wow, amazing it is, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Cruz, how are you, Brandon?
I'm good.
Let me ask you this question. Bad News Bears?
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Why, thanks.
All right. How was it making that movie?
It was fun.
Really good time?
It was a great time.
Now, what are you doing now? You're just concentrating on your band?
I just actually finished a pilot for Fox with Danny Bonaducci and Butch Patrick.
Oh, my God.
The three of us were together again.
And what do you guys do? What's it about?
Oh, we basically played ourselves as kind of cameo. It's a new show called TV Guys. It's really funny.
And you guys make an appearance. 3 guys that were child actors and...
Yeah, actually, Chris Knight's on it, too, from Brady Bunch. And who else did they drag in there? I think that's it. I think the 4 of us.
No, what didn't you? I saw you on like a Geraldo episode or one of those shows about maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I do
about
those guys occasionally.
The child actors thing.
Yeah, I get on those shows every once in a while. Not as much as Bloody though. Bloody's been all over the things lately.
Let me ask you this: how did you get to know Bloody?
From punk rock.
Really? You just what? If there was magazine?
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, he interviewed me in the last
I'm
issue.
the Fanatic. I do remember
with
seeing that.
John Wayne Gacy, who just
dude just passed on.
Just had a little too much to well, whatever they did to him.
He had a little bit too much to inject. You know, he took the sun away, Brandon. You know that. That was an Eclipse joke. Anyway, no, Brandon Cruz, I guess we could put him right on the top of the list there, the famous people.
You got to send Bloody in the limo to go see Jimmy Buffett.
Boy, that is so frightening.
Now what the most crazy punk rocker in the world would want to do at a Jimmy Buffett concert? I don't even want to think.
Let me just look at the irony of this situation. Little Eddie from Courtship of Eddie's Father is calling in for Bloody Mess. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, only right here on the Light of the Lamb Show. Brandon Cruz, hey, thank you for being on, Brandon.
Hey, thanks a lot, and I hope Bloody gets to go there.
Brandon, we thank you, buddy. Hey, Brandon, take care.
You too.
There you go.
Hey, what was that noise? Oh, I think it was my world just shattering.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Cruz, Courtship of Eddie's Father. We put him right at the top of the list. Woo, 924, good morning.
Always Coca-Cola. Journal entry number.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we just actually you heard about the Donahue and the Rolanda show. We also last week what you might consider an English MTV flew here from Europe and did a special with us. And
What for what?
it's a show called Passengers, which is over in Europe.
It was a punk rock show?
No, it's not actually. It's kind of like when like entertainment variety show, like hard copy type thing. But it's like an hour program, and they did like a 5-minute segment on us. They flew here straight from London.
Well, that's kind of weird, huh?
It's real weird.
Cool.
Yeah, it was wild, man.
How, I see the picture of you and Donahue.
Yeah.
What the hell did he think?
I don't know. I was so stoned at the time. I really don't remember.
Oh, God.
I was just ripped.
Yes, for the kids at home, he's talking about,
Rocks.
yes, they were in the
Rockin' and Roll.
they were in the driveway at the time, and he had fallen down and a bunch of little pebbles had covered his body.
What else could I have meant?
Now, are you guys gonna come? Are you guys gonna do acoustic on this show?
Oh yeah, we wanted to do electric, but you won't let us.
You know what? I just don't know where we would set you guys up for that.
We could cram in this little office right here, and do one song.
You could cram in that office right there?
Yeah, I think we could.
If you guys could cram in that office right there, and you're not afraid of sounding bad, because you'd have 2 mics on you, and that's it.
I think we could probably pull it off somehow.
Really?
Could we?
Yeah, I mean.
Do we have an outlet in that office?
Oh yeah, do we have enough power in there?
I think
we could probably pull it off. We could probably pull it off
As long as you're not concerned about sounding good. Which
we usually aren't.
Which from the past records. No, listen, Bloody, as always, it's good to talk to you. You guys, do you know the date yet when you're coming on?
Yeah, July 29th, which is a Friday.
All right, July 29th, you guys will be on, and what songs are you going to do?
Actually, I'm not sure. We might do a version of the O.J. Simpson song.
That's what I was thinking. Do O.J.
We might do that.
I love that song.
You know, you guys are like the Weird Al Yankovics of the 90s.
Yeah.
The punk rock Weird Al Yankovics.
Yankovic.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Bloody Mess and the Scab.
Thanks a lot.
Punk rock, buddy. All right. Lytle Lamb Show will be right back. It's 9:27. Good morning, everybody.
Now look at them crap. Now, wait a minute. How long has your guys' sets been, though?
Lately, we've been trying to do about a 30 to 40-minute set.
So actually the 5-minute set days are gone?
No.
Okay.
We just don't plan them ahead of time. We just bring a lot of bail money.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Are you ready? Hey, you know what? We actually met a guy who saw you guys, where was it? In Iowa.
It was
the guy from Iowa, the one that you guys the show got canceled?
It was the club owner.
The club owner, yeah.
Saturday.
Where you caught the stage on fire or something?
How'd you guys meet that guy?
He was
with Lynn Allen.
Yeah.
What a trip.
He was at the River Jam.
I bet he had a lot of fond memories of us.
I was telling him, you guys was like, oh, man.
He had lots of good things to say, Bloody.
I hate those guys.
All right, are you guys ready?
Well, I guess we're as ready as we'll ever be.
Alexander, you probably have never appeared on a stage with a chap by the name of Bloody Mess, but that is his name. He is a member of the punk rock band Bloody Mess and the Scabs. I have all their records. Hey, we can use a laugh here. This is very, very grim, and this audience means no disrespect. We got to do it. Why is he here? Because he used the artwork of a serial killer who is scheduled to die in Illinois. The worst, largest, most grotesque serial killer in the history of criminology. I speak of John Wayne Gacy. Also here, here's a photograph of our next guest with John Wayne Gacy. You visited him, did you, in prison, huh?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah. When?
Between 89 and 91.
Why did you do this?
Just a simple fascination with the dark underbelly of the American dream. Most people that have an interest in this kind of thing go to school and study criminology of the mind or some kind of psychology. Right. I just eliminate the middleman and go right to the source. And it's not because I glorify or condone murder in any way, because I don't. I just have a fascination with it. And I think that if the system wouldn't allow these people to correspond with the public whatsoever, because they are a ward of the state, then people like me couldn't write to them and there'd be no problem.
In other words, you're here to say, among other things, maybe we should disallow guys like Casey, John Wayne Gacy, from communicating with people.
Well, I mean, on one hand, I'm communicating with him, so I can look like the good guy or the bad guy. But I don't condone murder in any way whatsoever.
But obviously, you have discovered a kind of your meeting with Gacy, and I assume your lyrics and your music often does speak darkly, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
And you have tapped into a fascination with the bizarre, the ugly, the awful, the cruel, etc. in your audiences.
The things that most of the American audiences are into. That's why the National Enquirer is the biggest selling, tabloid. That's why the media keeps this thing going on, on and on.
Yeah, but you're going to have a little trouble telling these adults that they're going to suggest. Bloody, can I call you Bloody?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, we've just met. I just want to understand your point here. First of all, you're foursquare against serial killing in any kind.
If somebody kills somebody, they have to live with their own conscience, and in my opinion, they should be eliminated off the face of the earth. But that's not how it works.
So you believe in capital punishment?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
If they did it, if they really did it.
All right. But you used a John Wayne Gacy artwork, a rendering. He drew it, did he?
Right. 1989, we released a 5-song record with a monolithic black and white cover.
There it is.
And it was art from John Wayne Gacy.
So obviously this helped the publicity and the outcry that ensued, I assume, helped sell the album.
Of course. And the Hillside Strangler, Kenneth Bianchi, did the new record we just put out. He did the cover, the poster art for that.
Right. You can buy a calendar.
Makes money from the crime.
That's true, and there is a comment to our good friend Bloody Mess, which is the notion that he opposes serial killers, but at the same time is willing to profit from their notoriety is pretty sick, in my opinion.
Yes. Go ahead, Jamie.
The man who did this to me is a so-called artist. I would never want to see any of his artwork, and I would be very disgusted if a man like you would earn money
Well,
off
you don't
of
have
him.
to buy it, you know?
Pardon me?
It's freedom of choice. You don't have to buy the particular artwork.
That's
But knowing that you want to make money
I'm not
off
making
of what he
anything off it.
did.
You know how much money we made off our first record? About $200.
But that's a moot point, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you're
Bloody?
like we're making, you know, it's a big mass money and marketing
Well,
thing.
but it
It's
might
not
have
really.
been. I mean, sure, if you had made several million, you would have taken it. So the point is not. The point is certainly that was your goal, and we'll take your word for it that the record didn't do that well.
No, it sold well, but we...
it sold well, but the net wasn't
the
that much.
record label took the money.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Flashlights into $1 billion impulse.
For the record, with time fleeting, prices for a Gacy, John Wayne Gacy's artwork. This is from Business Week. Once about $200 are climbing. One painting at a recent Gacy show in Los Angeles was priced at $20,000. Why? Gacy, found guilty in 1980 of murder. 33 young men and boys will be executed by lethal injection on May 10th. Actually, it's May 11th. Yeah. Have you seen him?
In person?
Yeah, recently, I mean.
It's been about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Since I've seen him in person.
Did you intend to visit him before his execution?
No, we're not friends any longer as of last month.
What happened?
He threatened to have the FBI contact me.
Yeah. But did you enjoyed your social community with him when you visited him in prison?
Loosely. I mean, it wasn't like a friendship as far as normal friendships go or anything like that. It was more like this guy was doing artwork. I was interested as a consumer and a collector.
Yeah.
And we got to know each other a little bit more besides that.
Right. How many cases do you own?
I own about 3.
How much you pay for them?
$35 a piece.
And how much you think you'll sell them for?
$2 grand each.
Caleb Oglesby.
But I'm not selling them.
You're Caleb Oglesby. You're a good mom, and we can tell how your boys are so well raised. You wanted to say on behalf of your sister and this whole issue.
I have 2 things to say to these 2 gentlemen up here who are talking about he wants to put this guy's serial killer's paintings on his album cover, and this guy wants to sell calendars.
Yeah.
That's sick, man. I don't want to ever see the guy.
Services provided and promotional fees paid by the following.
You are regular switch.
Provided by the Hotel Maclo. Experience, style, and sophistication for business or leisure. The New York Times says the interiors are among the city's most impressive. For reservations, call 1-800-MACK-LOW.
We're going to talk to victims of such people and learn why some groupies are idolizing these monsters. Inside the mind of a serial killer. That's next on Rolanda. Well, coming up next, we have a rock singer who writes and visits John Wayne Gacy, as well as other serial killers. He even has them do artwork for his records. We're going to find out why this rock singer seems to be so fascinated with this perverse thrill, if you will. We'll be right back after this. It's taken 14 years to send Gacy to his own grave, and during that time, he has developed almost, well, you might say, a cult following. Among his pen pals is a rock singer who has visited Gacy on death row. He calls himself Bloody Mess. He joins us with his bandmate, Gabby Scab. Why is it that you would find such a fascination with Gacy? What is it that makes you go to visit a man on death row?
Well, originally it started out I was interested in buying his artwork because I'm a collector of different types of artwork, and the serial killer artwork was just one facet that I wanted to get interested in.
Why?
Just because it's bizarre, it's abstract, it's highly collectible, and overall it's just really weird.
What's his art like?
He's actually a pretty accomplished artist. Most of his stuff is pretty good. He does everything from Walt Disney characters to Jesus Christ. And of course his trademark clowns. I think he's good.
Is there a big market for this type of stuff, or do you just have your own personal fascination?
It's an underground market, but it's big enough to where his paintings are worth $2,000 now, and 3 years ago they were worth about $35.
Mm-hmm. So now you guys, Gabby, you actually go in and talk to this guy.
Oh yeah, I used to work in a prison where John was locked up down at Menard. I used to be a prison guard, and when I was in training sessions, we used to go down and shake down death row because you couldn't trust any of the other guards that worked there to shake the place down.
What's he like? What was it like going in there? What's his room look like? Give us a description.
He's seen his room. I visited him. He's seen the prison cell.
It's pretty plush. He's got cable TV. He can watch all the Cub games.
That's your money. That's your money, taxpayers. I mean, he's watching the show.
Oh, yeah. He's a big talk show freak. All of them are. You know, they all love attention. Oh, right now he's just getting off on this.
You really?
Oh, yeah.
And when he sees the victims' families here in tears, talking about children and loved ones lost, what goes through his mind? What does he say to you?
Well, we don't know what he goes through his mind because obviously we're not him, but...
Right, but what does he say to you?
My personal belief is that he probably has no conscience whatsoever, so he probably doesn't think anything. As far as me, he told me when I visited him the last time that he had never killed anybody, and that he had knowledge of some of the murders. Now he's coming out saying he did the first one, so it obviously exposes him for the liar that he is.
Well, let me tell you this. We thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Rolanda.
These women are flashy. These women...
Middle America, home of the stars and stripes and the white picket fence. But behind this peaceful facade lurks a disturbing trend. A fascination with art created by serial killers.
I am very interested in the dark underbelly of the American dream. The good in society that's gone bad. The nice guy living down the road that is not necessarily a nice guy.
Illinois serial murderer John Wayne Gacy was one focus of Bloody Mess's morbid attention. He not only corresponded with him and visited him on death row before his execution, but also used one of his drawings as the sleeve art for his band's debut single.
John Wayne Gacy helped my band out a lot as far as contributing artwork to our first record. He would charge everybody else a lot of money to do a piece like that, whereas he gave me one for free. Right now, this painting is worth $2,000.
Murder equals money, and the market for serial killer art is booming. One Californian gallery...
It is art. It really is. It's the hand that does the artwork is the controversial issue. The actual hand that killed 33 people drew this painting here. So it's chilling, but at the same time, it's a nice piece to have for a conversation.
Bloody Mess's ceaseless quest for self-publicity led to a confrontational appearance on American TV show Donahue.
I would never want to see any of his artwork, and I would be very disgusted if a man like you would earn money off of him.
You don't have to buy it, you know?
Pardon me?
It's freedom of choice. You don't have to buy the particular artwork. Yeah, I've received a lot of negative criticism from the general public. They think that just because we use murder art on our record covers that we're condoning murder. We're not. It just simply goes hand in hand with our shock rock.
Bloody Mess and the Scabs' lack of talent is certainly shocking. Even their drummer is a murder-related gimmick. He was once a prison guard to John Wayne Gacy.
Who's to say in another society or in another world that the killers wouldn't be the normal society and people like us weren't locked up?
The band persists in extolling the virtues of other convicted serial killers.
I believe some of them are really artistic. I believe Kenneth Bianchi, who did the poster art for our record Empty, I believe he is a really good artist.
I think young people that show their adoration to these violent offenders, incarcerated violent offenders, are doing nothing more than advertising their inadequacies to the adult world. Some Americans' reactions have been extreme, as witnessed by this public burning of Gacy's work.
2 Naperville businessmen bought the Gacy items to burn them. They believe the items are a terrible reminder of a terrible man. Some family members of Gacy's victims tossed the artwork away.
What good is it having that terrible name, that 4-letter word on anything? Nothing is deserving. He doesn't deserve anything.
To me, it's like a little kid collecting baseball cards. You know, I want to have a whole series of records with my band, with each record with some kind of murder art of a famous killer.
When you're dealing with the dark forces of life, the dark side, man's inhumanity to man, tread lightly. I think you can get too close to the candle flame, and as a moth does, and get your wings burned.